You're so cute.
You will see in our previous video that Cat had made, because Cat's awesome, that we've been gone.
Very sweet.
I try. For mixed things. My grandmother passed away, and then during the funeral, Cat's mom got sick, and then so we've been, well, Cat's mostly been in New York for most of the time, and she does the videoing, because I'm not good at it. So we've been doing that. We've been also back and forth too with a lot of different things, trying to get back on track with the periods and the cycles and the trying and...
Yeah. So, the stress was obviously a big factor. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Stress was a huge factor. I had 2 very strange cycles / periods, and we're trying to make it a little bit more normal now. I usually ovulate on about the 16th. Today is the 17th. According to the strips, I haven't ovulated yet, but we also ran out of strips for a minute, so we've been inseminating every 3 days post-period. So hopefully we still caught it, but we're still testing every day until, I don't know, probably until like maybe a week before my period is due.
I still really want to be positive about it, but it's hard because, you know, even though we have been on cycle, because we've been testing, even though we haven't been trying, I feel like with the stress and the anxiety, it wouldn't be abnormal if we didn't ovulate this month because of everything that's been going on.
Right.
Cat did just come home. We've been working nonstop, catch up on bills. So it's just been kind of like one thing after another.
Tanya had her wisdom teeth removed, like as soon as I got back. It's just been a lot of stuff, like one thing after the other piling up.
Yes.
And now we're trying to get back on track. After everything that happened with my mom, I'm actually in therapy now to deal with a lot of that stuff. So part of what we talk about is, you know, how the stress is going to affect everything and not to get discouraged and try to stay positive.
Right.
So we're also doing that, trying to stay very positive and not put a lot of pressure on each individual cycle,
Right.
like we previously have been.
Right. Because it was like such a hard blow on us, because with every cycle we've always obviously tried the best we could, but obviously with also studies, we need to keep in mind that doing it this way isn't always the easiest way either. It's just the more affordable way.
Yeah. We just need to stay more positive.
Yes.
And work on it. And I feel like we've been a lot more supportive of each other this time. I think the last time that we were trying...
I was very impatient. I'm the one that, I'm like, let's go, eggs. It's about time.
Yeah.
It's frustrating on me, and I get that it would be just as frustrating on her. We both really, really want this.
Yeah. So, and after all this stress with my mom, I'm up about 13 pounds from where I was before, but we're back on track. We're making smoothies every day. It was very hard being in New York because I basically was at the hospital most of the time, so I was eating cafeteria food there or whatever, you know, we would pick up, and I was staying at the hospital a lot, and I wasn't really sleeping very well, and then I ran out of my thyroid medication, which I had to wait till I got back home to get more of, which can also throw off the cycle, so...
Right.
It's, you know, we went through a lot in the past 6 weeks. So, but now we're home. We're trying to get back to a normal life and trying to get everything back to the way that it sort of was. So
we're kind of hoping, our hope is that now that Cat's mom's better or getting better, that the stress and also being home with the available medications that we need for Cat to be healthy and have normal cycles is just gonna flow back together. We're still trying. I mean, that hasn't stopped. Once Cat got back home, we jumped on the bandwagon and just started going for it again. Because regardless of what happens, no matter how tedious you can be about it, there's never really a right or wrong time, I feel like, to be doing this. And even though we're going through a really hard time, we don't want to give up on the things that we want, and that's
Nor does our family. My mom and my sister call me pretty much every day and are like, so are you pregnant yet?
Yeah.
So, I did have 2 very strange cycles. I'm usually very heavy cycle, but I had a very light cycle these past 2, and usually they last about 7 days. And the one previously was like I spotted for 2 days, like one day, and then there was 3 days of nothing and spotted again, and then there was 4 days of light bleeding. It was very, very odd. So, but I'm hoping that I'm still going to ovulate. I'm still testing twice a day with the clear blues. I know some people say that you shouldn't do that.
But we're very impatient.
No. But according to my doctor, some people ovulate 10 hours in 10-hour periods or something like that. So she said if we do every 12 hours, we're more likely to catch it, because maybe I wasn't close to ovulation in the morning, and then in the evening maybe I am. So since I have irregular cycles, she thought it was best to test twice a day. So that's what we're going to do, and it's worked out for us so far as tracking and yeah.
And
so
and it's been pretty on the ball with the app. Now, I don't know, except for this past cycle because it was irregular, but I think that had to do a lot with the stress.
Yeah. Lots of stress, lots of not good eating, lots of not good sleeping, just lots of not good. And I felt very depressed when I first got home, and, you know, I would get out of bed to go to work, but I didn't really want to get up an adult at any point in time.
Yeah.
So, and then Tanya had her wisdom teeth taken out, so we've both just been kind of Netflixing and chilling more than we should be.
Yeah.
We did go out and rollerblade that one day, though.
You rollerblade, I rode my bike.
Yeah, so we're trying to get back to being active, get back to being ourselves.
Yeah, we definitely did a lot of, I guess, just kind of focusing on us when we weren't vlogging. And it was just because of a lot of the personal things that were going on.
Yeah.
And I think it was a mix of hard to talk about and also just hard on us, like as a family, doing the things that we needed to do. And just being hard emotionally. So, but we appreciate you guys sticking it out with us and being patient and still following. Really, really appreciate that. We're gonna try our best to get back on it and do the 1 to hopefully 2 times a week of vlogging to show you, I guess, more in depth of the things that we're trying to do. I'm trying to also play a bigger part this time around.
Yes.
Still really shy with the whole camera thing, loss of words, things like that, but I'm hoping to share more, I guess, about me and the things that we're doing every day to try to have a baby.
Yeah, so on Instagram, I haven't been posting the pictures of the ovulation sticks, which I want to get back to doing. I think that I was just feeling so all over the place that I didn't even think about it. So, but I'm going to start doing that again so that you guys can stay up to date. We've been doing every 3 days, so tonight is another insemination day. We've been using the very scary, very large, crazy period cup things, which a lot of people swear by. So we've been doing that.
Yes.
The first time it got stuck, I kind of panicked a little bit. So, this is gonna sound weird, but
it's very unique.
I actually attached a string to mine, which sounds very strange, but, not to the actual plastic part or anything itself. The band is very, very thick, the plastic band, so I just, heated up a needle and went through just that, like, I was gonna say sub-Q layer. It doesn't have a sub-Q layer, it is not a being of any kind.
It's the hard plastic part.
Yeah, just part of the hard plastic part. It's so thick that it doesn't get anywhere near the insides of it at all, so that it's easier to get out. Because even when I was having time to get it out, it hurt really bad.
I felt so bad. I felt like I was murdering her.
It hurt so bad. I feel like no one should ever have to go through that. So if you want to know how we're attaching the string cup, let me know and I'll make a video. If not, just forget I ever said anything.
Yeah. But it really works. I mean, she doesn't need me anymore. It isn't painful.
That part.
For that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't painful for her to take out anymore.
No.
I still help putting them in, but that's just because the first attempt of us using it, we feel like we had dropped some of the sample.
Lots of spillage.
And so, you know, I took on the task of trying to learn how to not hurt her.
The task.
Yeah, took on the task of not trying to hurt her.
So,
and do it, and then we've had success doing that. We haven't dropped any of the samples.
Yeah, sample's a good word. I like
sample.
that. Yep. So, yeah, this is kind of uncomfortable. Kudos to all the people that really get explicit with the way that they describe their journey.
Yeah, especially talking about like everything in detail.
Yeah, we're gonna try to be more informative because it is good to know. I would have taken one look at that cup and been like, oh no, if a bunch of people on Instagram hadn't said, oh no, this worked for us. So
if there is something that we are talking about that you would like us to go into more detail about,
we can
let us know, and we'll definitely do so.
Yeah. So, and it can be hard. It can be difficult. We're trying not to get discouraged. I think that because before I started on the thyroid medication, I had such a hard time with ovulating. I almost anticipate disappointment. That's why I'm freaking out, even though it's only
both do.
Yeah, one day past when I normally ovulate.
Even though we've never consistently tried this hard before, and we have been trying for a long time, but it's never been this consistent. Right. And I think it's because of we were so hard on ourselves and it not working like instantly. We are very instant gratificationers.
I mean, as two people who, we just assumed that you touched it and you were
and
like,
it happened.
Done.
You know what I mean, pregnant.
Yep.
No
I'm with
turning
child.
back.
That's it. We were just of the impression that you touched said sample and boom, that was it. You're done. You have a family. Instant. Just add water. Instant family.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not the case. And apparently even, I'm sure we mentioned this in a video before after we went to the fertility doctor, but even straight couples only have like a 25% chance of getting pregnant in a cycle. So like we're at an even bigger disadvantage because, we can't even do it like whenever we want. Like, oh, let's do it several times a day. There's a limited supply that we have access to.
Yes.
So,
but even then, though, I think that this way we also are learning a lot, like, about the sample amount and what's really good to keep a high amount of samples, or, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, we were talking about, like, I guess, like, sperm count and the amount of sperm, and if we did it a lot, there would be less of. So maybe, like, to stay positive, we can say that, we at least have an advantage with the fact that we would abuse the fact of doing it every single day, because then I would have a low sperm count.
Yes, sure.
Trying to stay positive here, people.
Yeah. So, but we are in much better spirits than we were before, and we are getting back to somewhat of a normal schedule and a normal life, so all of those factors hopefully will play in. We are not giving up this cycle, even though I haven't gotten a positive. So our plan was to inseminate every 3 days, and then on positive every day for the peak and the fertile window. So according to my app, I should be a 10 today. We're inseminating today anyway. But I'm going to keep testing with the ovulation test until I'm convinced that I'm not going to get a positive on the test. Maybe I missed it when we ran out of strips. I don't know. So, but we have been inseminating consistently. Hopefully we'll catch this one. But we're not giving up on it, but we're also not putting all of our eggs in that basket because we know it was a strange cycle. So we're not going to be 100% heartbroken if this cycle doesn't work out. Right. And I'm still working on getting down to a better weight. Another interesting thing I did read, though, specifically about women who are overweight trying to get pregnant, is that if you lose too much weight too fast, that sometimes that can actually block implantation because you'll be vitamin deficient and you'll be, have nutritional issues that can play a factor. So, I'm going to try not to focus so much on the number like I was last time. I was really focused on that number. That was my motivation. That's what was driving me. Now I'm just going to make better, healthier choices. And, I was weighing myself like every day and I was getting a little obsessed. So, Now I'm just gonna focus on the feeling of being healthier.
Right, and being more active.
Yeah.
Even like on my end too. I think that, that's why we tried being outside and being more active together as a couple. So hopefully we would both like feel healthier and happier, and with those two combined, it would be easier to conceive.
Yes. So we're gonna try to do that. And I've read some interesting things about PCOS in general and kind of soothing some of those symptoms. So there is, because we've been doing smoothies, there is I saw on Instagram, like, this person, I'll have to look up who it is. I'll put the information in the link in the description below. But there's someone who is doing a free 30-day PCOS diet. It's not just for weight loss, it's foods that soothe the symptoms of the PCOS, and they've got like smoothie stuff and all kinds of stuff. So I signed up for that. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'll let you know. I'm gonna go more based on feeling than number drops, but I think that should be interesting. Using food to soothe some of those symptoms, foods for fertility. I'm really getting into the smoothie thing that I've been doing in the morning. I actually really like it because I usually don't even grab breakfast.
Well, we also like got this new fancy blender, and it's
we did.
pretty amazing. Along with the rice cooker, because
Yes.
Kat loves rice.
I do, which I know is not great, but we've been doing in moderation.
Yes. But this blender is like awesome. I've also been making myself like these banana smoothie shakes in the morning for breakfast.
They've been very good with the wisdom teeth. She's been blending up milk, banana, and hazelnut gelato. And
so good.
Yes, which is not a healthy smoothie by any means, but
The
obviously
banana part's kind of healthy. With the
oh my god, can I say though, I just need to bring up that she went to the doctor and had blood work done. Can we just talk about this for a second? This is a person that'll eat 3 cheeseburgers from McDonald's in one sitting, is always eating out, always eating fried food, like doesn't even try to remotely eat healthy. And she's got no high cholesterol. She's got perfect blood pressure. I mean, like, the doctor was like, are you a runner? Because your pulse is, like, really low. She barely gets off the bed from watching Netflix to take out the garbage, let alone run.
I went to the doctor to find out, like, that I was, like, ill. I'm like, there's something wrong with me. And then they're like, no, you're perfectly healthy. Just do something with your life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Like, basically, they told me everything that's wrong with me is just dehydration.
She was getting, like, severe headaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So she went to the doctor, and they were like, drink more water.
Yeah.
Your blood work is, like, perfect. You have the pulse of, like, an athlete.
Yeah.
And, like, that's very discouraging for somebody like me, because I've got a very labor-intensive job. I try to watch what I eat, and they're like, all your blood work is crap. And then Tanya strolls in there after going to Lizard's Thicket, and they're like, oh, yeah, you must be an athlete, because your blood pressure is excellent.
Imagine how mental incapacitating that is for me, because I'm like, every single day, I'm like, I'm dying, there's something wrong.
And who told you that you were dehydrated and need to drink more water?
I told her that I'm just gonna start seeing her as my doctor, because they're just telling me the things that my wife tells me every single day, which is basically exercise and drink more water. And I'm like...
It's so unfair. I should get your metabolism by default.
I feel like, though, I enjoy... I don't care what it is. I just enjoy eating. I don't think I necessarily pick unhealthy things. I just think that if it's in my face, I will eat it. Oh,
did Lizard's Thicket move into your building and become in your face?
Could, I would eat. I would just be...
She likes food. She eats healthy food too. She likes vegetables. But she pretty much likes all food.
Yeah,
but
I'm not a food
in
eater.
Large quantities and a lot more fast food than the normal person, I would think. And yet her blood work is perfect.
Yeah.
So, but that's her family in general. Like, her mom is like an ox. That woman is never sick. She's like, I don't know. She's just, I'm very impressed by her constantly. She's just so healthy.
Yeah.
And she doesn't necessarily have healthy habits. She's just healthy anyway. So,
maybe I lucked out.
You did. I think you did luck out.
Now I just gotta get over the hump of, like, just drinking water, I guess.
Yeah.
Everyone drink a lot of water. Because if you think you're sick, you're wrong. You're just dehydrated. Because apparently, when you're dehydrated, it
can cause
it
nausea.
causes
It can even cause
everything.
fainting if it's bad enough. It can cause headaches. It can cause you to feel fatigued. Yeah.
Like,
drink water.
Everything. And, like, anything that... If you think you're dying... You're just dehydrated.
That's not necessarily true. But Tanya is dehydrated.
When you go to the doctor and they diagnose you with something serious, be like, you're wrong, you're dehydrated.
But I also need to get on the bandwagon of drinking more water. Coke Zero gives me pep in my step, and I really like it. So when I first got home, even though I hadn't had soda in months...
That's not an advertisement.
I was just... drinking lots of it. So it made me feel better. But I need to stop now. So I'm going to go back to lemon water, which I really like. I'm going to get one of those one of those water bottles that infuses fruit.
That'd be kind of cool.
Right?
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah?
They've got a little compartment. You fill the compartment with fruit, you close it, and you let your water sit, and it infuses. You drink it and feel better.
Yeah. But I think that you would have to, like... I've tried that once. Mm-hmm. I just didn't like the pulp. Not the pulp part. The zesty part of the outside of the things. Because, like...
You just peel it off.
Yeah.
Just peel it off. So,
because it gave it, like, a very tartary taste. Like,
tartary? Tart taste. It's very tart. I love you.
I love you, too.
I do. So, but that's it. We've been rambling.
Yes. Well, because, we've been MIA for a very long time.
Yeah.
And we want to definitely pick back up on where we were. Mm-hmm. And to show you guys that we are 10 times more serious about this than we were before. I mean, obviously, anyone who knows anything gets that life happens, So, but we are definitely going to be more avid vloggers.
And I think that's it. We're just going to go back to vlogging once a week.
Hopefully twice a week. Depending on how our flexible schedules go.
Instagram is going to be a constant. I'm going to try to post a couple of pictures a week, if not once a day. And we're just going to go from there. But we really want to thank you guys for being patient with us.
Yes.
And for sticking it out with us. And we're sorry we were gone for so long. But my mom was in the hospital for 4 weeks, and then there was...
with my grandmother's death.
It was just...
and the wisdom teeth. And
we were just going through a lot. Yeah. But we love you guys and we appreciate you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!